use my second phone and the camera is bad.
Oh, okay, no worries, no worries. We're glad you're here anyway. All right. Okay, so I was saying that today we are going to do some work on confidence building. Okay, so I want to start by showing you a few sentences, and you can tell me whether you have heard of these before, either from yourself or from someone else. All right, so we have a few examples, random examples. I'll mispronounce the words and my teacher will think I'm stupid. I don't know enough vocabulary to clearly express what I'm thinking. My classmates will reject me and laugh at me. Everyone will be looking at me. I need to rehearse. Rehearse means practice multiple times what I want to say so that I don't make mistakes. If I make a mistake, everyone will judge me. Making a mistake means I'm stupid. It's better not to say anything so that I won't make mistakes. So raise your hand if you've ever thought about something similar to this. Anyone? Nobody?
My kind of
Self-confidence enough.
which one do you read?
All of them.
All
I
of
read them all. So these are just some examples, but they're very similar in the way they're
I'm this one, like the one that everyone will be looking at me.
Agree.
Okay.
Me too.
I does this a lot every time when I'm at the home.
Right. Anyone else?
Miss, I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question? Because I
Yeah, of course. So did you ever think something similar to these sentences before?
Okay. Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah. Everyone will be looking at me. Yeah. I agree with Belsing because I have a same experience.
Anything else?
If I make a mistake, everyone will judge me. Yeah. I think about that too. I was thinking about that too. Yeah.
Right. What about the others?
I think I need to rehearse what I want to say so that I don't make mistakes.
Okay, interesting. What about the others? Rizky, I don't think he can hear us. I think there is some problems with the internet or something. Miss Mega, what about you?
Okay, I
Mega.
forgot to unmute my microphone. Okay. I think I will just it's better not to say anything so that I won't make mistakes.
Interesting, yeah. Okay, anything else, guys? Even something similar? I don't know. Okay, all right. So this is very common. We all do it. Even I do it sometimes. It's something very human, right? The thing is, though, that oftentimes what we do is, we start. It's kind of a vicious circle, right? because you think about certain things that are usually negative, very critical towards ourselves. They are usually selective, which means they usually just select certain parts of the truth. And all this thinking can create unpleasant feelings, like maybe you can feel anxious, maybe you can feel depressed, you can feel angry, you can feel sad. And all these emotions are very normal when you keep thinking about this. So because you start feeling uncomfortable, then it means that you behave in a certain way that will try to make you feel more comfortable. For example, by avoiding a situation, by giving up. So, oh no, I don't want to try anymore because, this is making me feel bad. Or, oh, okay, you can hear us. Nice. Oh, Mr. Wahyu is here and Mr. Rizky can hear us now. Nice. So we, I didn't notice when Mr. Wahyu joined, but we are talking about some negative thinking that we do, all right? So I was saying that when we think something negative and we criticize ourselves, then we start developing feelings that are, unpleasant, anxious and stuff. Then we behave in reaction to that. And that behavior will make us think more about that. And then it will just keep going, okay? One thing influences the other. It's quite normal. So this is usually connected to some core beliefs, some beliefs we have about things around us or things about ourselves, which can differ from person to person. Okay, I will share a good and short file on Discord for you that you can read later. But basically, some examples of these beliefs are things like people can't be trusted, I am a failure, I am not worthy, others are better than me, nothing ever goes right. But it can also be less tragic, it can also be something softer but still negative. So because we have these beliefs within ourselves, we might interpret and react to things that happen in different ways. I will show you an example if my computer decides to work decently because it's getting stuck. But yeah, okay, so this is an example, right? I will share this document with you later. So imagine imagine the situation of having an exam. Okay, you have a test and there are two people that receive a bad grade, a bad mark on the test. So they didn't go well on the test. So there is person A, that thinks as a core belief, they think of themselves that they are a failure. So what will happen when they receive a bad grade? They will think, oh, of course I failed. Why bother? Why should I try again? I failed because I'm a failure. And then you will start feeling depressed or, sad or whatever else. And the reaction will be to change nothing and maybe just give up, because why should I try again if I just can't do anything right? Person B, as you see here, has a different personal belief, core belief, and thinks I am capable when I give my best effort. So when I really try hard, I can do it. This is the main thought, the main belief, okay? So the thought process when they receive A bad grade might be something like, oh, maybe I did poorly. I received a bad grade because I didn't prepare enough. And you might feel disappointed about the situation. But then your reaction, your more healthy reaction, might be to plan to study more for the next test. So as you can see, the situation is the same for the two people, but the reaction is different because the way you think about it is different as well. So before I explain a few things more, I would like to ask you, do you believe that these beliefs, these core beliefs, are something that people are born with? So when they come to the world, it's something that it's natural to them. Do you think that's it? Or do you think people learn these beliefs? What do you think?
For me personally, I think everybody learn these core beliefs. Like
Okay.
you don't do nothing, then you will not felt everything in here, and yeah, that's it.
Okay, nice. What about the others? What do you think?
Yeah, I think about the core belief is they learn too, because maybe they learn from their experience or their situation. Yeah, I think they learn their own core belief. Yeah.
Okay, nice. So Mr. Wahyu says it depends on the circumstances. What do you mean? Can you elaborate on that?
Well, I think a condition around you that makes you have that beliefs.
Yeah, very interesting point of view. And I'm so happy you talked. Sorry, I just get excited every time. So happy to hear your voice. Nice. Yes, these are all very, very good interpretations of this. Because yes, they are something that gets learned in your life from your experiences, your environment, I don't know, what people say, whatever, your trauma as well, you know, negative things that happen. But especially because there's something that is learned, it also means that they can be changed. So it's not something that is meant to stay there forever just because, oh my gosh, like so far I learned this because of the bad experiences I had, so I'll never change this. It's exactly the opposite, especially because it's something that is learned. You can change it. You can work on it with different techniques. So how do we change it? I will try over the months to help you out with this. And I would like to start by talking about what is called cognitive distortions, which sounds like a bit of a complex name, but I'm sure it's all things that we all do. It's very natural. Right? So in order to help you understanding how to change it, I will first introduce to you a few cognitive distortions. I think we even have time to do them all. We'll see. Okay, so I'll start with 3, then we'll do a small exercise, then we'll do other 3, and then a small exercise, and we'll see where we get. All right. So the first 3 I want to tell you about, which are very common, number 1 is jumping to conclusions, which means which can be divided in 2 parts, right? There can be something called mind reading and something called fortune telling. Some examples, I put them here, are, okay, so the point of this distortion, and actually I put a file on Discord as well. You can read it there as well, right? So jumping to conclude, I don't want to say too much actually, but jumping to conclusions means basically to assume, take for granted that you know what someone else is thinking. So mind reading means that you think you know what they think. So for example, oh, they think I'm stupid. They think, I don't know, they think I'm weird. I don't know, whatever. And fortune telling is anticipating what you think will happen in the future. For example, you can say, oh, they will all laugh at me, or they will all look at me. Everyone will be disappointed. My parents will be disappointed. My teacher will, I don't know, judge me or whatever. Okay, so you guess what others will think and say without having any evidence of that. Okay, so you just decide that that's how it is. Another one, and actually I'm realizing I wanted to put some other, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Another one is talk in terms of shoulds and musts. So for example, oh, I should be studying right now. I'm not doing it. So it means I'm a failure because I'm not doing it right now. I'm actually procrastinating. I'm playing with my friends. So it means that, I'll never reach that goal because I must be studying right now. Or I must do everything right all the time to be good. I should be doing this. I should do that tomorrow. I must, etc. So all this kind of puts a lot of pressure on the expectatives you have towards yourself. So that means that whenever you don't manage to do something because maybe it's a moment in which you need a break, maybe it's a moment in which you have something else going on, right? So so you might have a different energy that day. So if you don't do that thing, then immediately you will feel guilty because you didn't do it. And then the third one here is labeling. So I hear this a lot. So you give yourself and others, but especially yourself, labels. What are labels? You call something. Okay, so for example, I'm stupid, I'm lazy, I'm a failure, I'm unworthy, etc. All these are labels. So they are names you call yourself and you convince yourself that you are that, right? So these are 3 first examples. Is it clear up until now?
It's clear for me, miss.
All right, what about the others?
I think it's clear for me too.
Okay, awesome. And
What is it?
welcome, Simon. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
What is it? It's a teach.
What is it? What?
What did you say?
Me?
What did you want?
Oh, I asked if it's clear up until now, what I said.
Yeah, it's clear.
Awesome. All right. And welcome, Simon. So nice to have you here. Welcome. Do you want to say something about yourself? Maybe tell us who you are so the others will get to know you.
Can you?
Yes, but it's breaking up a little bit. I think there is some internet problem. Are you hearing him? Because I can't. Can you guys?
I can hear him.
You can or you can't?
Can't.
Oh,
Pretty
okay.
sad. I
Yeah,
can't.
you sorry. My fault. That's yeah, you can hear can't or can't depending on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
accent.
I prefer
Hello
the
guys. My name is Helmi and I'm from Kuningan, West Java. I'm 20 years old. Yes, I think that's all.
Nice. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so today we are talking about some negative thinking that sometimes we have even when learning English, but in different aspects of our lives. We started with these. I will send you all this material, so don't worry. We talked about some examples, and now we are talking about something called cognitive distortions, which are some ways in which we think negatively about ourselves. So these three examples are the first ones I'm showing you, and they are jumping to conclusions. So, deciding that what's going to happen, talking with shoulds and musts. So I should be doing this, I must do this, etc., etc. And labeling, which is using labels to describe yourself in a negative way. For example, I am stupid, I am lazy, I am a failure, etc. So these are the first examples. So do you want to share some examples of some negative thoughts you have about learning English, or learning, or something like that?
Me?
Who wants to try? Yes, go ahead.
Um, can you repeat the? I'm sorry.
The types. Yes, of course. It's because it just joined, so don't worry. I had to go a little bit fast with repeating it because of time. So some examples, I will show you more later, are number one, jumping to conclusions, which can be in the form of mind reading, which means that you try to, basically you think you know what other people are thinking or they're going to think. For example, the others will think I'm stupid, or they think I'm not good. And then there is fortune telling, which is, everyone will laugh at me. I will never manage this. The teacher will think I didn't do anything right, etc. Should and must are basically about talking to yourself about things that you must and you should do in order to succeed. But that means that whenever you don't manage to do it for one reason or the other, you feel guilty and you feel like you failed. And then labeling is using labels, so words to describe yourself negatively. For example, I am stupid, I am lazy, I am funny. Funny, I mean weird. I'm weird, I'm unable to do anything, etc. Okay, so these are some examples of how we sometimes talk to ourselves. So my question is, did you ever have any of these types of negative thoughts about learning English, for example, or if not learning English, learning, or just yourself in general?
I got it now. Thank you so much. Yes, of course, I have ever been feeling like that. For example, like lazy learning, or something like that.
Okay.
Lazy
So
thinking.
right. Okay. So this is the first point, first start. Okay. So we start by thinking reflecting on what the thought is, what the negative thought is. In this case, I am lazy, right? So why do you think you're lazy?
Oh, I'm lazy. I think it's because of, for example, for one day I feel ill and I'm lazy to do anything. That's what you mean?
Okay, yeah, that's an example. So so when you feel ill, you think that you're too lazy because you can't do things. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Okay. So that's a very good example of using a label to describe yourself in a very catastrophic way, because and actually I hear the word lazy so much with the students, so much. I
Really?
hear everyone saying, oh, I'm so lazy, I'm so lazy. But when I ask why they're lazy, I don't think they're lazy at all. I think it's something else, okay, in my opinion anyway. So what you can do when you realize that you're doing this, okay, this one is you're labeling, right? You're labeling yourself in a negative way. So what you can do to change the thinking, you can even write it down. You can even have, a notebook and write it down or something to help you change that thought process. So what you can do is analyze the perspective from trying to do it from a more rational point of view. Okay, so for example, the issue here is that you feel ill. So the fact that something you can say to yourself is, when I feel ill, I have less energy to do things because my body needs to recover or something. So I will need to be more compassionate towards myself in order to recharge and have the energy to do something again. So this could be an example to change how you're thinking in a way that is kinder towards yourself. I don't think that feeling ill is being lazy. I just think you just need to recover. Okay, so in this case, I'll just put something like, okay, as an example. All right. Energy. Okay. Then, okay, we have a message in the chat. Let's see. Okay. So Wahyu, when you want to take yes, labeling is a form of judging yourself. Yes. I'm not sure I understand the first part. So when you want to apply for a job, you don't know whether they want you to cheat on what? On some test or?
Yeah, they take my cash, but they don't give me a work.
Oh, okay. Well, you have to pay to get a job.
Yeah, that's right. That's the reality.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the reality.
Oh, okay. That might be a cultural difference, because I'm not familiar with the situation. But who do you pay? Do you pay like some, I don't know, at the job interview or something? How does it work?
Yeah, they said that they will use it for what? Maybe exercises, buying a tag name like that, clothes.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's tough. that's tough. Yeah. However, I think that this kind of questions are very healthy. I think these are very healthy questions. I don't think they are a cognitive distortion. I think it's more about trying to understand the situation in this case, the one you mentioned here, because I think they're very natural questions to ask when you're in that situation. Maybe do you have any example of something you tell yourself in which you judge yourself? Any example from any of you guys? So Mr. I'm gonna say Simon for now because with the name there it's easier. But Mr. Simon said something, one example. Do you have any other examples from your life and your thinking?
Do you mean judging something negative?
Yeah, for example, yes, you're from yourself.
Hmm. No, I've never do that.
Judging
Never do that.
anything negatively, like.
Yeah, I mean, something like in this case, we're focusing on these type of things, like because Wahyu, I think I heard a couple from you as well in the past. So I don't know if you're comfortable with me just saying it directly, but when you say something like that you are afraid to speak because you think that you don't speak clearly enough and people won't understand you, don't you think?
Yeah, it's not a negative thing for me.
Well, it is a kind, I think it is a kind of jumping to conclusions though, because you think if I talk, for sure the others won't understand me because it's not clear enough.
That's right. But yeah, right, I agree with that, but it's not a negative thing. It's a realistic thing.
It's not. Okay, so you think it's a realistic thing, and I understand that, but you are talking right now, right? You are talking right now. Right now you are speaking, right?
Right. Even I have to push it. I have to push it.
But you are okay, but you are speaking and I can understand you perfectly. I think you're speaking very, very clearly. Did the others think the same? Raise your hand if you think Wahyu is speaking very clearly. See, the others think the same. So when we convince ourselves of something, sometimes we just become very sure of it, but it's not always the reality. Sometimes it's a story we tell ourselves, maybe based on past experiences. Okay, it's possible that it's connected to other experiences, but it's not always the truth, right? It's how we perceive it. So I put this as well. The others won't understand me.
The others won't understand.
Right? So my question is, won't they really? Are you sure that's true? Because that's like saying that it always happens, but I mean, this is a very good example in which you are speaking and we are understanding you. So when other people around you see a different reality from you, maybe it's time to start thinking, oh, maybe I'm just perceiving things in a different way. Maybe I can think about it differently, right? Okay, so these are very good examples. Well done, guys. I'll show you another three that are very common, but We don't have much time, so I'm not sure whether to start with this or the other. Okay, let's do this. Okay, another 3 examples are, number 1, over generalizing and all or nothing thinking. So it means taking one example and make it a general rule. So maybe one time I made a mistake and my deduction is I never do anything right. So you take one thing and you make it general. All or nothing thinking is something like, if something is not absolutely perfect, it means that it's terrible. So it's either terrible or perfect. There is nothing in between. You know, it's not, it can't be, it's good enough. It's good. It can be improved. It can get worse, but it's good. There is just, you know, one extreme or the other. The second one is only focusing on the negative aspects and not the positive ones. And making some things, the things that are bad, bigger, and the things that are good, smaller in importance. Maybe, for example, in a week, you did many, many, many good things, but you completely ignore those because you did that one thing that you weren't happy about. So you only focus on that one thing, right?
Nanti.
So that's one example. And then the last one is a mental filter, in which you filter what you focus on in your mind. And it's very much connected also to emotional reasoning, in which because you feel something, it must be true. So in this case, you only focus on some parts. So do you have any examples from your life, especially in learning English, in which you have thought in these terms, these negative patterns? Maybe from some of the ones who haven't spoken so far.
What is the question again, Miss?
So if you ever thought about something like this, if you can identify any of this new negative thinking, you know, they're different from the previous one, from your experience.
What is it, Teach?
Yes. Okay,
Hello?
I would like.
Yes, go ahead.
I would like to start about in learning English. I used to very shy to speak English, especially when I communicate with foreigners or my friend who expert in English. I always, I used to shy. And then I thought to myself, okay, I'm shy girl, so I should just silent and listen them to speak English. After that, I tried to build my confidence. I said to myself, okay, maybe I was shy because I don't have a lot skill in English because I didn't learn a lot. So I pushed myself to try to build confidence, and of course with
Nanti dikit
learn
lagi.
English, and of course and also I trying to increase my ability to speak English, and now I'm so confident to speak English because I try to out from my circle, toxic circle, especially when I meet a colleague or my friend who always underestimate when we try to learn English or speak English. It's common in Indonesia. When we I had the circle when we try to speak English. They said, why you so arrogant? Why you have to speak English? What happened with you like that? Blah blah blah. And I said, of course, it's English is not uh I think it's very important for us. So I learned it. They always said, you live in Indonesia, so we spoke Indonesia, so no need to learn. So I said, okay, uh, is uh, is my passion. So if you didn't like it, just respect me. That is my choice. So I out from the circle toxic, and I try to find the community to build my confidence, to respect me and support me in English. So and now I did it. I find a lot community to support me in English. Yeah.
Nice, very, very nice experience. Also because it's so true. Sometimes when the environment is not good, because it happens, sometimes people do judge. Sometimes they really do it. The solution there is you usually have two solutions. One is try to talk to them and explain your point of view, but sometimes people don't want to listen, so you can't force them to. So you can try, but if they don't, the other option is change the environment, change the people who surround you, and find more supportive ones, find a supportive community, which is, I hope, what we're trying to do here as well, to have a more supportive community. And sometimes even people judging, it's not always their fault. Probably their environment was the same as well. Probably they were judged a lot as well. So in order to change it, we need to take one step at the time as well. We can give the good example as well, right? And I'm so happy you found much less toxic people, Miss Chichi. So happy for you. That's awesome. That's awesome. Actually, because you said this, I wanted to, because this is very relevant for the next point, and that's two other distortions. Number one is compare and despair.
It's interrupted.
So, oh, you can't hear me. You can't hear me.
It's interrupted.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's my internet.
Yeah, it's. I don't know.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, but it's interrupted. It's.
Oh, for all of you.
We can hear you. I can hear you very well. Very clear.
Oh, okay. So maybe it's a problem with the connection, Mr. Wahyu. Could be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully we'll get better.
All right.
All right. So these two are very much connected to what Miss Chichi said. Number one is compare and despair, which is about comparing yourself to others, saying stuff like, oh, all the others are much better than me. I make so many mistakes and the others are just perfect. So I will look like a fool if I speak. And number two is memories. So when you have had some negative experiences in your past, something that happens today that reminds you of that thing from the past might trigger a lot of anxiety because you are afraid that it will happen again. So you might think something like, oh, this is just an example. Because maybe you were bullied in the past, you think that now they will do it again. People will bully you, so you need to protect yourself because otherwise you'll get hurt. So, but not everyone is a bad person. So sometimes closing yourself to others can also mean closing yourself to good people as well. But these are very common cognitive distortions as well. So I would like to know from you if you ever thought of something like that. Have you ever compared yourself to others or got triggered by something from the past?
I'm the second one I've ever had that. Like, so the story is began. I made friend with this guy. Let's say his name was, I don't know, Sonic. Let's say he's Sonic.
Okay.
So it was our first time meeting each other. It's in seventh grade, and me and Sonic are one group in the Scout. Yeah, in Scout we are one group. Yes, and then I like this girl, and then he knows that I like that girl. Let's say the girl is Sumi. So Sonic knows that I like Sumi, but then in the second grade, he suddenly became a couple with Sumi, which is break my heart down. Like I was so mad at him, like for 1 year, literally 1 year. I don't want to talk to him, and I don't want to involve in their relationship, and I don't know. But the thing that made me mad is he has promised that I won't interrupted you. I don't like that girl. I don't like that kind of girl. And then he being a couple with her. So that was the point where that made me pretty I don't know what is the I don't know pretty afraid to make new friends. Hey, no, not with friends. Pretty afraid to tell my friends about my secrets. Yeah, that one.
And do you think, is this connected to what you said before about people looking at you, or not connected at all?
I don't think it is connected. I don't know.
It's another
No,
okay.
it's not. Yeah.
Okay. So, all right, nice. I mean, not really, but it's yeah. That's. I'm so sorry that happened. It is worse to feel betrayed and disappointed by people we trusted, by people close to us. That's much worse, because we made ourselves vulnerable. We put our trust in someone else, and then it got destroyed a little bit. So that does create a very big negative memory, and it can, make us want to protect ourselves more, which to some extent it's healthy. It's healthy to have boundaries, but when they create too much of an obstacle for you to do new things, to learn new things, to meet new people, it just, it can hinder, I don't know, your life rather than helping it. So a good balance is always good, I guess. I would like to hear from, we haven't heard from Miss Mega, Mr. Shafik, and Mr. Risky. So do you maybe want to share one small example?
Wait.
Miss
Okay.
Mega, were
Maybe,
you thinking about something?
okay, maybe I'll try. So
Yeah.
Maybe
here.
Mega first.
Okay. Ladies first. Okay, here I'm staying in the dormitory, so I have a lot of friends here, and yeah, I get the toxic friends here. So when I speak up about the English language, it's like a like a bullying to me, like a, oh blah 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 blah, and I don't like it. It's just like
In what way did they bully you? What
maybe
did
because
they say?
maybe because I'm speaking English, and she want to follow me, but she cannot do it.
Okay, so jealousy or something?
I think like she wants to be with me, but she cannot really.
Okay. All right. All right. So what is something that this situation, right? So people being toxic and bullying you and telling you negative stuff when you speak English. Does that make you think in a negative way about you speaking English?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's an example of something you tell yourself when you think about that?
Because that is so my mind, and it's like so annoying me.
Come again, sorry?
To can improve my English language.
Okay, so something like I can't because the connection is going away a little bit. So did you say something like you tell yourself something like I can't improve my language, my skills? Is that what you said?
So when she's bullying me, I'm like I'm like want to talk the English language to other people because I'm shy. Because when I'm talk the English language, she will bullying me.
So something like I don't want to talk anymore in English.
Yeah.
To talk.
So I'm just to silent more than I'm speaking.
Okay, so how can we find a better way to reflect on this? How can we say to put this in a more positive light for yourself?
How this would, I think there is negative part.
Okay, I'll give you an example. Okay, then we can practice this more over time. I think in this example, okay, so what other people are telling you are making you feel like you don't want to do anything anymore because you feel judged, right? Yeah. But something you can, instead of saying something like, oh, I don't want to talk anymore so that so that nobody will ever judge me again, you can say, okay, so this person has said nasty things because she's not very kind, she's a little bit toxic, and I would like to learn more. So if I try, I can learn more things, and mistakes are part of learning, and this will help me reaching my goals, something like that. But actually we're a little bit late, but I need to show you something. What you just said is very much connected to this, okay? This thing called personalization. So, okay, this is an example. Someone might think, oh, those people, that person is bullying me because I'm not good enough, I'm stupid, or I don't know, maybe I did something wrong, I didn't do it well enough, whatever. So, oh, what did I misspelled, sorry guys, I will fix it later. So if I had done something differently, they wouldn't have bullied me. they wouldn't have done something toxic. It's my fault, right? So I will have to act differently so that others won't do that anymore. But to be honest, in this case, it's the other person who is very rude and very unkind to be bullying you. This other person is the one who's wrong, because bullying is a very, very ugly thing to do. So in this case, it's not your fault, it's the other person's fault. So why should they have an effect on what you do just because they are not nice? You know, you should focus on your own growth, you know, because like these people, sometimes people pull you down, but if you learn how to distance yourself from toxic people, then you know you will be much happier. I think. Oh, I put this twice, I think. Magnification and minimization. I think so. Anyway. All right. So actually, we didn't hear from Shafik and Rizky. We're a little bit late. Do you want to share something?
Okay. Actually, I want to continue the Miss Chichi perception, Miss Chichi experience, because I'm a bit similar with that experience. So Indonesian is some people of Indonesia, not all. Some of my friends or the person that I know, or something. When we speak English, I fear about they say like that, just like don't speak English, we're Indonesian, why you speak English in here gitu kan, in Indonesian. Example is I speak to my friend that is Indonesian, and I speak English, just like that, because we're same Indonesian, but why you speak English, just like that. Actually, Indonesian is use English words too, because for example is okay, bro, or order something. To online food, order gitu kan, Indonesian, they speak like that. But they don't realize it, right? They say okay, that Indonesian is baiklah or nothing. Many words that Indonesian use, but they don't realize that English, because and when I heard some I'm sorry. As some people say, don't use English, blah 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 blah. I a bit disagree with that. We have to speak our nation language, because if we don't use our own language, maybe our next generation will forget about that, our own language, right? But my opinion is language is a window for you see the world. Because if don't understand some language, we will not expert in something in that country or some nation. My experience is when I want to speak English, but I fear, because with my friends in Indonesia is maybe they don't understand. Maybe don't understand, or I want to speak to nation, the native is native English native. I fear about my wrong speak, or English is maybe just same as Indonesia. There's many words just like fan and fans, or right. it means okay or right direction, right? Right direction. What my experience is, when I want to talk to some people with English, I fear about my sentence, about my pronouns. I fear I wrong spell it. Yeah, just like that.
Right. Okay. So so two things. One is that usually people who say things like that, you know, like you said, oh, why are you speaking English? Because we're in Indonesia or something. This kind of talk usually, like when people talk in these terms, it usually comes from being afraid themselves in one way or another. This kind of reasoning usually comes from being afraid of something they don't know. And also, you must think about something, and that is that Indonesia used to be colonized, right? Indonesia used to be a colony. So it's, I think, I'm not sure if it's a good deduction, but I think that sometimes things like a language from another country, from a Western country, might be scary also for that reason. Because in the past, for example, even in schools, right? In schools, when there were colonizers in schools, they were only teaching in the foreign language, right? So I think this is a topic that might scare some people, especially older generations. But older generations are the parents, the mothers and the fathers of the younger generations. So sometimes some types of thinking patterns get reproduced, right? So I think this comes from a little bit of fear. I don't think they have thought about it that much. Maybe they're just repeating something they heard from their parents or something. That's my perspective. How do you change that? I mean, of course, as you said, traditions and the native language are all things that are very important. We don't want to lose those. But that doesn't mean that learning new things will erase other things. So the way to change things like others judging us is sometimes to start doing the first step ourselves, or talking to them and trying to explain our point of view, because I think more often than not, others are afraid of something themselves as well. So it's just a matter of knowing more in order to understand it more and be less afraid. And the second thing about making mistakes is that I say this a lot, but mistakes are part of learning. Learning is not something like this that always gets, you know, that in which you're always perfect all the time. That's not learning. That's just you know, being God or something. So learning is usually a journey with some easier days, some harder days, but it's a journey and it never ends. Even when you're 90 years old, you never stop learning new things. So if you think in that way, mistakes just become a part of learning and not something that you must judge yourself for.
Okay.
So yeah. And Rizky, I know we're super late, but I would like to hear from you as well. Rizky, do you want to share something negative you sometimes might think about yourself? Do you ever say something negative to yourself when you're thinking?
Yeah.
What's an example?
Some example is I have a bad math class. I didn't
What kind of bad experience?
I didn't understand of math.
Okay. So what did you think about yourself? Did you think something negative?
No.
So what did you think?
I think positive.
Okay, so were you sad that you didn't understand? Were you sad that you didn't understand the class? The math class?
Yeah.
Okay, why?
I study mathematics is so difficult.
Okay, so not understanding something is also part of being human. I think there is so much in the world that we don't understand, and sometimes we just have to find the right tools to understand better. Maybe we learn in a different way from other people around us, and then we should find the best way for us to learn, the best way to understand. And sometimes, we might not understand everything immediately. Sometimes it might take, a couple of times more. And then you can always remember that when you do have the right strategy and the right tools to understand, when you actually do, you will probably be very happy about it. Okay. Do you not hear me because of the connection? Is it so, Wahyu?
No. It's just like a mumbling thing.
Oh, okay. Am I speaking too fast?
So maybe, or maybe it's because of the pronunciation.
Right. Okay. I'll try to speak more clearly. Is it better like this?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, it's a problem of mine because I often speak very fast, and I forget to slow down. and then people are like, you're speaking too fast. So I need to be reminded from time to time. I'll try to.
Sorry.
I'll try to keep it in mind. All
I'm sorry.
right. So thank you so much,
Nice.
guys. We are late again today. But I would really ask you to be on time next time so that again we can finish earlier. And next week on Tuesday, sorry, Mr. Belsink, we're trying to see what can we do about that. Miss Putri and I have been talking. We need to find a solution. We know. But next Tuesday we will practice some conversation about some situations in which you might have to be a little bit diplomatic, let's say that. So number one, do you have questions or feedback about this kind of lesson? And two, for those like for Mr. Simon, who is new, we will send you the instructions on how to join the Discord server, where we can chat, daily, and we have a bit of extra material and stuff like that. You will see.
Okay.
I have a question. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Where are you from?
Guess.
Where are you from?
Yeah, guess. Take a guess.
Yeah.
Take a guess.
Oh,
Take a guess.
okay. USA.
No.
Really?
No.
Are you from Europe?
Yes.
European country. Okay. I think Germany.
No.
No. Okay. Just tell me. Just tell me. Come on.
I'm from Italy.
Oh, Italy. Okay. Oh, great. Is it in Milan?
Kind of close. It's not Milan, but if I take the train, it's 1 hour from Milan, so not far.
Rome?
No, it's close to Milan. It's close. It's a small town. It's a small town. It's semi-rural. It's a very small town. It's near a lake called Lake Maggiore. But it's 1 hour of train from Milan.
So where do you live there? Exactly.
It's a very small town.
Small town. Okay. It's so beautiful, right?
I can text you the place in the chat, and maybe it's not very wise to say it on, I don't know, on YouTube. Wait. I mean, let's go like this.
No problem. Okay.
Miss Rebecca.
Yes.
Can I share the link of Discord to the group class on WhatsApp?
Yes, you can, of course. Like, oh wait, on WhatsApp, where, like the WhatsApp group, or to other people? You mean?
Yeah.
To other people?
Yeah, to the people, to all of people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think for that you need to talk to Miss Putri if they want to join, so that we can, discuss it. But like, if you want to invite more people, of course, just maybe talk to Miss Putri first if you have any friends that is interested. So we can because we need to know who's joining and who's not. For so that we can organize everything. But we would be glad if your friends want to join. Just talk to Miss Putri about it, and then we will see how to share the link.
About what link? Discord
link? Yes,
Discord.
Miss Mega asked if she can share the link to other people, and I said to talk to you first about joining, and then yeah.
Okay, so I think it's very wise if we can use the Discord for our group first. Okay, if they want to join, I'm sorry, I cannot open my video because my internet connection is not really good, especially because so many people here. And yeah, once again, I think it's very wise if you use the Discord group only for our group first. If your friends want to join the Discord, so probably they can join with this class first. Then everything is gonna be really like synchronized with the class and also the Discord because the Discord made for the class actually.
Yes,
Just like
it's part of the
one,
class. Yes.
Yeah, it's part
It's
of the
everything
class.
together. It's everything together. So that's
Okay.
why it's important to talk to Miss Putri first on how to join, so that you get then all the links.
Okay, Miss Rebecca, I
Right.
have a question about the podcast. You said in the 28th October, I'm going to have the presentation. I would like to presentation about nutrition in the pandemic. So my question is just my presentation is just for our class or any another group would join with us?
Oh, okay. So wait, let me show you from the schedule. 1 second. My computer is just being weird right now. Okay, so what I told you about is about this one that I called keynote speaking, which is about practicing public speaking and about topics that you are interested in, so that you can also increase your vocabulary and your, you can practice more on topics that are relevant to you. So this is about this. For the podcast, this time Mr. Agnes and Miss Mega volunteered for the first one. So they are going to do the first episode of the podcast. But if you're interested for the next month, you can, get organized. So for this one, it's only going to be us. For keynote speaking, it's only this class.
Okay. So I'm going to have the presentation on October 28th.
Yes.
Yeah. In the okay. I get it.
If there is someone else who would like to make a small presentation on Thursday, we can also do 2 people. We can do 20 minutes each and then discussions. If you prefer, we can also make it shorter and do 2 people presenting 2 different things. If there is anyone who would like to do that on the 28th, 1 or 2, depending on how long we want to do it.
Yeah, I think for presentation is enough just for 15 minutes.
Okay, 15 minutes. Okay, then we need a second person.
Yeah.
Who wants to prepare presentation about a topic that they like and they want to practice speaking English on the 28th?
I want to, but my laptop is it's pretty hard for me to presentation and use the Zoom as well.
Okay, so what about if you don't want to use PowerPoints, you can also just do it with talking if you'd like.
Oh, okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, that's okay as well. Yeah. Okay, so
probably talking and some pictures.
Yeah, as you wish. I have seen presentations done with PowerPoints and some presentations done without any PowerPoints. There are different styles. So if there's a problem with the computer, you can totally just talk. So yeah, so okay. If you want to share what topic, if you want to think about what topic, and let me know so that I, have an idea, then feel free to share that. All right. So yeah, so we have also I put a poll on Discord about the topic for the webinar. If you have any suggestions or you want to vote some of the suggestions, feel free to do so. I saw that Miss Chichi did it. Very nice. So if you want to do it as well, check out the poll section, and you can give your input on what you would like to do, and then we will prepare it. All right. So, oh my gosh, it's always like late. I don't know. I'm so sorry, guys. I mean, it's also because of people joining late, but it's also my fault because I just start getting lost in talking to you, because I like talking to you so much that I just forget about time.
Don't worry, everyone just doesn't mind about that. Okay then. Okay, so we're gonna see you again on Tuesday. Yeah, Ms. Mega will share about the link, so Mr. Simon or Mr. Helmi can start to learn how to register to the Discord and something like that. Okay, so thank you very much for today's class. Yeah, once again, I'm so sorry I cannot open my video, but yeah, I can see you all. Okay, so stay safe and see you again on Tuesday. But please never late at 7, please, because our time is also limited. Okay, and thank you. Have a good day. Have a good night, and take a rest. Bye. Stay safe.
Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Okay, thank
Bye.
you.
Good night.